it's April. This is our Freebie Friday file, our grand finale, and we are making an easel pop-up box. And when you pull the drawer, the message pops up, and this will hold 10 of the Hershey Nuggets. This is going to be something that you would give to a family instead of an individual, something like that. So we're going to put this together. I have my Cricut red cardstock, and I went ahead and folded this because I bumped a score line and it wasn't working. So I wanted to make sure that I fixed the file before I brought it to you guys. So you're just going to fold on all of your scores. You can mountain fold if you're got the back of it facing away from you, or you can valley fold if you've got it facing towards you. But all of the folds go in the same direction. Just so you know, all the folds will go in the same direction. Press on those. All right, so you'll have something that looks like this. And I've got my texture side to the outside, and you have 4 of these pieces. They are different sizes, okay? They are different sizes. The small ones go on this piece. So you'll need to, that's a small one. And that's a small one. So you'll need to determine those and get those out, okay? And we are going, with the box going this way, you need to determine what's going to be the front of your box. It doesn't really matter, but if you've got a piece that you like better than the other, then you need to determine that at this point. And we're just going to put some glue on there, and we're going to stick that right down in that section. Get it as straight as you can. If you're using wet glue, you've got a little bit of wiggle room. All right. And if it has words or something on it, pay attention to that, because when it folds up, this is going to be the top. So your words will need to be where they're going to be readable. Okay. So let's put this piece on there. And I don't know where I got this pattern paper. I don't even remember. But the rest of it is Cricut. And you can even do your print cut for your patterns. So we have those 2 pieces on there. Now I'm using scoring tape. You can use whatever you want, this, or tearing tape, whatever you want to call it. And this is the front of my box. So on that tab, I am going to lay down a piece of tearing tape, and they call it tearing tape because you can tear it, okay? And that's all you really need of that. You can use it for all of your tabs instead of wet glue if you want. Nothing wrong with that. I just prefer the wet glue. I'm just going to get my weeding tool because it will work better. There we go. We're going to peel that off, peel that release liner. Then you're going to get some ribbon, and you need about 5.5 inches. So let's see, this 3, 4, 5. 5.5 inches of ribbon. You don't need much more than that. Shouldn't need any more than that. You don't want it to be too floppy. You just want to be able to get your finger in there and pull that. There. So now you're going to take that ribbon and you're just going to stick it down in your tape. Now I used 1/2 inch tape there, whatever you have. This ribbon, I believe, is 3/8. But you can use any size you want. Yes, this is 3/8. So stick it down into that glue. You can fold these tabs back out of your way. And then you're just going to bring this around. And you don't want it tight, but you want to give it a little bit of play in there. I stick my bone folder in there and then wrap it around and stick it. Okay. Just so you have some play where they can pull it out. All right. And this one doesn't have as much play as this one does. So depends on what you want. Give it as much play as you feel like it needs. All right. So then we're going to take these two tabs and this tab, and we're going to bring that up square. Okay. This is forming the drawer of the box. We're just gonna let that glue sit there and set up and grab. Now I used all free shapes to make this, so it shouldn't be anything. The Merry Christmas that I put in there, that may not be free, but you can change that out to whatever you want it to be. And I did foil mine. I didn't get a very good foil because I did not flip my cardstock over. I put it on the rough side instead of the smooth side. So I'm just going to redo those, get myself another piece and foil it and just stick it on top of these since I've already got it on the box. I mean, it's pretty, but it's got a couple of little blank spots in it. So I'm going to redo that step and glue it right down over the top. So now that you have those four, you can fold these back out of your way too. Now that you have those four tabs done, we're just going to come in here and put glue on all four of these tabs. Or if you used your tape, whatever you got there. We're going to fold those to the inside, and I'm just going to use my bone folder and press these down till they stick all the way around. And that's all there is to this box. Super, super easy and simple. Okay. Now we're going to move on to this piece. And the first thing you want to do is determine which way you want your piece to go, what's going to be the front of your box. And I think that I like this. So I'm just going to put some glue all the way around. Pay attention to those corners. You don't want those to lift up on you. And then we're going to place that right in the center and line that up. Get nice and even. And before I put these on, I like to go ahead and fold it at this point. This piece is just easier because that is thin. And so to me, it's just easier to put this piece on first. All right, and now you have score line here. Then you have one right there. Usually you'll wait until that dries, of course, before you attempt this. You want it to be dry. And then we're going to fold on this score here. And then this score here. Okay. So then you have your piece here, and I did not get that straight. It scooted on me. That's why you want to make sure it's dry. Okay, maybe I can budge it. Oh, nope. Okay, maybe I did. Okay, so you have that, And now you want to put these pieces on here as well. And if you've got words, they need to point up towards the box. I don't have any words. I don't have to worry about it. So just going to put this panel on. I'll put that over there. It completes the flower. OCD kicked in. Okay. Yeah, that's better. So I got that lined up in there. And then this one here. That one doesn't match up to anything really, but that's okay. And place it in. Okay. Just give it a rub. Then you have this piece, and it goes on top of the red square. This box is so cute. And this is going to complete our 12 days of Christmas in July with this freebie file. And then I've taken my sentiment, and you can put it up on the corner or you can set it askew however you want. I'm not going to put this one on because I'm going to redo that, but I did use foam tape on this one to pop it up. So I used the thick foam tape, put it on the back, and popped it up on there. Okay, I'm not going to do it to this and then have to cover it up. So I'm just going to leave mine blank for now. Then you have this piece. There is a score close to the end. That is a valley fold. Okay. That is a valley fold. And I'm just folding it both ways to get a good crisp edge. Then I'm just going to fold it back. So I've got that valley fold. And then these two are mountain folds. I am also going to fold them both ways and then bring it back to its mountain fold, just so it works. It's already broken in. I want that paper to be broken in. If you're not using a heavy cardstock, you don't need to do that. So it should look something like this, okay? You're going to put glue, determine which is going to be your front on this. So if I'm putting this here, I kind of like that. Or do I want to do it this way? Kind of like that too. So this is going to be my front, the very front. So that's where I'm going to put my glue, right there in the front. Okay. So I've got it here. This is the front, and I'm just flipping it over. You're going to take this piece and just going to bring that short end. You can just drop it in there. You're going to bring that short end all the way up to the edge and make sure that you have some space on both sides of this piece of paper. So if you want to lay it down and give it a good press, just make sure you have a gap on both sides, because this is what's going to make the drawer open and close. And if it can't move freely through there, then you're going to have a problem. Okay. So now we have that in there. We are going to take our box. This is the way I like to do it. I'm just going to leave that mechanism down on the inside. I'll pull it to the outside, whatever you want to call it, like so. And I'm going to put my glue. I did that backwards. Put my glue on one edge here. Well, I got my box upside down, basically. And then one on the inside edge. So you're ending up with glue on the outside of edge of one and the inside edge of the other. You want to put that box in there and bring these up. Don't make it so tight you can't move the box, but you do want the box to be able to go in and out of there, okay? And once you have that wrapped around, just give that glue seam a good rub, okay? Want that closed up. Now here's the tricky part. Here's the front of my drawer. Here is the front of my box. I'm going to place that inside the sleeve. Now that we've got it pressed. Okay. And you're going to put glue just on this end tab, just on the very end, up to the score line. Okay, just like that. And you're going to tuck it into the back of the box. And I find that it's just easier if I hold it flat here, because I have that score and I bring the box up to it. To me, that's just easier because it has your fold is in there, your score. So just bring it right up to the edge of the box and let it glue, okay? That way you can press it to the inside as well. All right, and then when you close it, it should give you that closed mechanism, okay? And then when you open it, it should create a peak. And you want to let that get dry before you start pulling it and pushing it really, really tight. So just bring it in, make sure it's all pressed, because you can't really get your bone folder in there good. You can hold your finger back there and try to rub it a little bit, make sure that you've got it good and stuck, okay? And then I like to do it with this closed. I'm gonna find where I want this to land, paying attention to both sides. And I am going to place my glue up to the top of that score line and not quite all the way down to the bottom of that one. Not quite to the bottom, okay? And place that piece on. Once I have it positioned, then I'm going to pull that up and then press it from the inside. And you just want to hold it till it's glued down good. You want it to glue well. And it's going to be sitting just above that score. You'll be able to see that score line right there. That you want to see that score line. All right, and set it right up above that. Almost sitting on top of the box. If you want to put your glue on there and then just sit it on top of the box, you could do that too. Just going to give that time to dry. You don't want it to pull apart back here. So give it time to dry. But pop your sentiment on at this point and any decoration. I'm just going to close it, let it sit. I'm going to put some sparkles on this one, I think. These are from close to my heart, little bitties. You can get these anywhere, Amazon. I think I'm just going to put that one. Almost got away from me. Just a few little sparklies. And I can pull this up and press those down, make sure they're on there. And if you want to put them on the drawer, you can too. I'm just going to pop one right there on the center of that flower, just so it's peeping. Maybe one on that corner. Maybe one. Maybe two on this corner. As many or as little as you like. I feel like that needs one more, but I don't want to crowd it either. I'm going to live with it. I'm just going to pull my box out there. You better be careful of that. Okay, it doesn't interfere. Make sure that that's not going to interfere with the opening and closing of your box because that has to move. I just did miss it though. How stinking cute is that? All right, guys. And then you're just going to fill it with your candies. I don't have enough candies to do another one, but it will hold 10 of the Hershey Nuggets. Holds 10 of them. Okay. And this little piece was from Stampin' Up. It's called Textural Elements. This is doesn't say. Or I can't read it. Just elements. Textural elements. That's all it says. So little wood pieces of like holly or mistletoe. Use whatever you have. I hope you guys enjoyed this file, enjoyed the tutorial, enjoyed the 12 days of Christmas. And I will catch you next week when I get back from out of town. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy crafting.